From Studio A at Thurston Community Television, the Young Producers Network proudly presents
Talk time.
Talk time.
Talk time.
Talk time.
Talk time.
Talk time.
Hello, welcome to Talk Time, produced by the TCTV Young Producers Summer Program. I'm your host, Lena Choi. Clean water and protecting our watershed is very important. Today we are talking with the coordinator for South Sound Green Watershed Education Program of the Thurston Conservation District. Please welcome Stephanie Bishop.
Hi.
So is this your first time being on TV?
No, I guess it's not, because I think I have been on TV a little bit for like the county commissioners meetings and things like that TCTV has done before.
So are you excited?
I'm super excited. I'm especially excited to watch all this professional television going on here. It's pretty awesome.
So why do you like protecting our environment?
So, you're right when you said that I am the coordinator for the South Sound Green program, and South Sound Green is a watershed education project that teaches kids about clean water and how to protect it. And I like doing this job because I really love the natural world, and I like finding ways to inspire kids to take ownership of it. Because in 20 years, the planet is going to belong to you, right? Or you're going to be responsible, your generation is going to be responsible for it. So the more that you guys understand how you can protect the environment, the better off we'll all be.
So what advice would you give to the kids to protect their environment?
First of all, learning about your own neighborhood and what some of the environmental concerns are in your neighborhood. Some places, like in Olympia, there's a lot of roads and sidewalks, and when pollution hits those roads and sidewalks, it washes off into the creeks, and that causes a lot of pollution. So there are lots of ways kids can make changes to their everyday life. Like, do you have a dog at home?
No.
Do you know anybody who has a dog?
My neighbors have like 4 dogs.
4 dogs. And we have 1 dog, and so whenever we take our dog for a walk, we make sure to bring a bag to clean up the poo, because that is actually a really big source of pollution. So that's something that kids can do.
Because chemicals come out.
Yeah, the bacteria and stuff. And do you ride the bus to school?
Well, yeah, sometimes.
Do you ever walk or ride your bike to school?
Yeah.
Have you done that before? Because that's another way you can protect the environment, by riding your bike instead of driving there every day. So things like that, little simple things.
So, like, sometimes you don't really, I've picked up my neighbor's poop before.
Yeah?
Because he was going for a walk, and then we stopped by, and then we would talk, and then I'd pick up the poop.
Yeah.
So it's really, I felt really great that I kind of cared. Because if you wouldn't, you would, what you eat, what you drink would all be polluted.
Right. Yeah.
So most people don't know what a watershed is. So can you tell us what a watershed is?
Yeah, watershed, that's a really good question. A watershed is an area of land that when the water falls, it drains to a central location. So if you can you go like this with your hands? So like you're making kind of like a mountain right now, and there's the top part right here, and there's the low part at your elbow. So if this was a watershed and we connected our elbows, this would be part of the same watershed. All the water would drain to our elbows, and that would be one watershed. And there are watersheds all across the United States, and there are watersheds all over the world, anywhere where there is land. So everybody lives in a watershed.
So what do you do at the watershed?
Well, when we do with South Sound Green, we work with a lot of schools. We work with about 50 teachers in Thurston County and about 1,000 students, and we teach them how to learn about their watersheds, and we teach them how to do water quality testing. So they visit local streams and Puget Sound, and they test for things like pollution like nitrates and the level of pH, which is how acidic the soil is, or the water is. They test for dissolved oxygen in the water so that there's enough oxygen for the fish and the aquatic animals to breathe. And they test for the temperature to make sure the water's not too warm.
At my school, like some people actually came to actually tell about, you know, recycling and
Yeah, recycling is a big part of it too. If you are, reduce, reuse, recycle, you've heard those before.
Mm-hmm.
The less resources that you use and the more you recycle those resources, the easier it is on the planet and the less pollution that we're generating, which is better.
So I looked up on your website to get some questions, and while I was at, I kind of got some information that you guys try to help schools to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just really just go out and care.
Yeah, we do. We visit a lot of schools and we do lessons with kids, and we go outside and we help kids learn about their watershed. We do field trips to Puget Sound where kids get to learn about marine animals. Like, have you ever seen a sea star before?
Mm-hmm.
So the kids get to see a sea star and hold a sea star. And jellyfish, they get to learn which jellyfish are okay to touch and which ones might sting you. And all of the animals that live in the salt water, which are very, very cool.
So what is your favorite part of your job?
That's a really good question. I think that my favorite part of my job is that I feel like I'm making a difference. Like, I feel like I'm making an impact on kids and teachers and my community, which I feel really strongly about. So it feels good to do that.
So what do you want to do to stop harming our environment?
Well, I
There's
think
a couple things.
Yeah, a couple things. So I think the first thing is the more that we educate people about what the issues are, then they'll be better off to make better decisions. So first of all is educating people about it. Second of all is setting a good example. So I try to do the things in my house that I would hope other people do. Like, we recycle and we have a big compost and we have a garden and we try to grow a lot of our own food. All those things are things that I would like to see other people do.
So I have one more question.
Okay.
And is there something else you would like to do when you don't work?
Oh, what else do I like to do when I
Yeah.
don't work? Well, I like to be outside, right? So that is one thing that we are probably going to be doing a lot of this summer, is going camping. Have you ever gone camping before?
Yeah.
Do you like going camping?
I'm going, actually.
You are? Yeah, do you know where?
No.
Yeah. We like to visit a lot of the state parks, and we like to camp, especially in the summertime where there's a place for swimming. Mm-hmm. And we like to go hiking, and we just adopted a dog a few weeks ago, so we like to take her hiking and things like that. And like I said, I have a garden, so I like to garden and read. Those are my favorite things.
Okay, so that's all for this edition of Talk Time. Thanks for all the young producers for their help in making this program. We'll see you again real soon.
Thanks.